Hi guys. Sweet. I was experimenting with this wide angle placement. It looks like it's in a pretty good spot. So I guess I'll leave it there and just finished getting set up. So hello, those of you who are here with me. Welcome, welcome. Namaste. Happy Sunday. Let me turn my volume off here, otherwise I'm going to be an infinite sea of sound. Okay, so I'm streaming from my front cam today, so it might not be totally as clear as usual, but I want to try it out here. Okay, if you're with me, let me know if the sound is okay for you guys. I'm going to put a Spotify playlist in the chat stream here in a second. So if you guys want to do some music, you're welcome to put it on. Give me one moment. All right. See if that went through. Perfecto. All right. So I'm just going to wait a couple minutes till we get started here. And make sure sound is on. All right. So for those of you, again, who would like to put music on, I have a playlist, a Spotify playlist. I just stuck in the chat comments. If you have access to that, you can see and then click on that and it'll open up a Spotify playlist and you're welcome to put that on. I'm gonna get one more thing quick. Oh, there it is. All right. Happy Sunday. All right, friends. So one thing ahead of time that might happen, and I'm gonna just warn ahead of time. My phone wasn't all the way charged. I have it plugged in right now to a portable charger, but I'm hoping that it stays with enough charge through this practice. So for some reason, it just randomly cuts out. If YouTube doesn't cut our stream out for some reason, I hope that the phone does last. So I apologize if it doesn't. But let's go ahead and get ourselves eat. Those of you who are already here, I'm actually going to take the yoga block out. If you want to say hello, if you guys have any requests or anything that you'd like to share, I have my chat open. I have my laptop next to me, so if you have anything you want to say, anything you'd like to share, any requests that you might have today, I'm open to that. Please feel free to write that in the comments there, and I'll make sure and look over, since I can't obviously hear you guys. All right, I'm going to do my best to give a full body flow through. I'm really doing my own practice here today as well. I very much need this. And I will give as many options as I can for you. If I've not met you before, if this is your first time taking my practice, or practicing with me rather, welcome. Thank you for being here. If you've been here before, welcome back. Thank you for being here. Okay. Let's go ahead and start at the center of the mat in a comfortable cross-legged position. Place your hands on your knees gently. Take a deep breath in as you lengthen your spine, filling your belly, your ribs, and your chest. Hold your breath in for a moment and then exhale. Ground into your seat, into your placement a little bit more. Close your eyes. Let's do that a couple more times. So inhale, filling your belly, your ribs, and your chest. Pausing at the top of the breath, sitting up as tall as you can, letting the shoulders soften. Exhale like you're fogging a mirror with the mouth closed. Empty the chest, the ribs, and finally the belly. Empty completely. Inhale again. Fill your belly, your ribs, and your chest. If you can, that slow pause. Exhale, empty your chest, your ribs, and your belly. Pull the navel in and up. Hold your breath out this time. And release it. Inhale, fill your belly, your ribs, and your chest. Pause at the top, internal kumbhak. Exhale the Ujjayi breath, empty the chest, the ribs, and the belly. Very good. Let's start to round the back like a cat, rolling onto the sits bones, onto the tailbone rather. Tuck your chin to the chest. You can keep your eyes closed if you want to. Just go ahead and exhale as you do that, rounding the back. Inhale, we're going to roll forward. Rocking the pelvis forward as you do that, rolling the chin and chest up toward the sky, opening the throat, letting the head drop back if it's comfortable for you. And exhale again in the opposite direction. So if I didn't explain this, we're doing a slow flow today. We're just going to fluidly move through the body with our breath. Inhale again, coming forward. Lifting the heart toward the sky, opening the throat. Now, if you want to this time, bring your hands behind your back, pressing into the fingertips. You can lift your chest up a little bit more as you squeeze the shoulder blades back. And again, if it's okay on your neck, drop your head back. Exhale, coming back up to center. One more time as you round your back. Exhale. Chin to the chest. Good. And inhale. Coming through, lifting the heart. Good. Come back to a nice neutral spine. Let's go ahead and place the hands on the ground out in front of you. Walk your hands forward and lengthen. You can teepee your fingertips here if you'd like to, or bring your palms flat to the ground. Let your head start to fall toward the earth. It doesn't need to touch, but maybe it does. Soften your facial muscles. Take a nice long deep breath in. And exhale, melting the heart, melting your chest toward the earth. Go ahead and ground your palms. Let your elbows come down to the earth if they can reach. Lift your chest, lift your face, and roll through if that's okay on your knees, coming forward to all fours. Go ahead and walk yourself back on your mat if you were forward. Good. Now from here, coming to all fours, we're going to just drop the hips forward. So coming through to a little upward facing dog, but maybe a gentle one. So being nice on your lower back, you can kind of feel your way into that. And then exhale, go ahead and press your hips back towards your heels. We're going to do this a couple times, nice and slow. Inhale, coming forward, rolling the hips down, rolling the shoulders back. Exhale, drawing back. It doesn't have to be a full upward facing dog. I'm not going into a full upward facing dog quite yet. Just working through those hip flexors, allow the body to open. If you want to open your feet up a little bit more, wider legs, that might be nice. Exhale back, maybe bringing your toes to touch, coming back. Let's do one more. Inhale forward, open up those feet, and exhale back. Finish in your child's pose. Take a nice full breath in through your nose. Let your belly inflate between your thighs. And exhale, settle. Nice long breaths. Come back up to all fours. Rolling up to your hands and knees. Walk your hands back underneath the shoulders. Bring your knees underneath your hips. Tuck your toes under. Inhale, drop your belly down. Pull your shoulders back. Look up. Find a dog tilt. Exhale again in the opposite direction. Back to a cat spine. Untucking the toes. Pressing firmly into the earth. Stretching the shoulder blades. One more in each direction, tucking the toes under, pulling your hands back, but not actually moving them to draw the shoulders back. Lift the chin and chest, open the throat. If you want to stretch your neck a little bit, you can lift your chin up into the right, maybe up into the left. And then when you're ready, back to center in the opposite direction. Again, untucking the toes, back to a cat spine. All the way out. Come back to a nice neutral spine. This time, tuck your toes under and walk your hands back, sitting back on your heels. So toes are tucked under to stretch the arches of the feet in this position. Go ahead and sit back on your heels. I'm just going to turn my music down a little bit. Sitting back on your heels. So getting that nice ankle opening. Couple deep breaths here, letting the arches of the feet open up. Super, super healthy, you guys, for the rest of the body, for the whole spine. Couple deep breaths. If you're feeling it becomes too intense, you can always lift up and come back down. Otherwise, let's take one more breath here. Maybe leaning back a little bit, keeping the tailbone tucked. Feeling a little core engagement as you do that, getting that big stretch in the feet. And then exhale, hands to the ground. You can tap your feet on the ground, get some blood flow there. All right, now from here, we're going to go in the opposite direction. So stretching the tops of the feet. If it's okay for you, pressing down firmly through the palms. You can come to the tops of your feet here, stretching the toes. Some digit adjustments there. My toes did some popping. And then you can lower back down to all fours one more time. Good. Now we're going to come into downward facing dog. I'm just changing my direction so that you can see properly here. Tuck the toes under. Let's pull the shoulder blades back. Nice, strong, straight arms, stacking the bones. We're going to lift the knees up off of the ground and slowly start to draw the hips back. As you do that, maybe soft knees to start. Let the head gently drop toward the earth. Heels are parallel, feet are parallel. Working on shifting the weight back toward the feet. Nice long Ujjayi breaths. Let's start by shifting our weight to the left foot to start today. So if you can, bring your weight over to that left leg. Soften your right knee and press back through that left heel as you exhale. Good. Inhale through your nose. And as you exhale, switch over to the right leg. Straighten your right leg, bend the left knee, press that right heel down, press your hips back. Long breaths. Nice soft neck and face. One more each direction. Breath in first, nice and long. Exhale as you switch, pressing back through the left heel, softening the right knee. Hip presses back further. And again to the right side on your exhale, nice and slow. As much as you can, trying to breathe slower because we're going to move slower today. So let it be a practice of also slowing down your breath. Good, let's come to center. You can lift to your toes first if you'd like to breathe in, and then exhale, press both hips and heels back. One more time, drawing back nice and firm through those heels. Exhale all the way out. Good, come forward. You can lower to your knees here to start if you'd like to, and then lower down with your elbows in toward the body. So we're going to come down to our chin and chest, or coming all the way down to the chest first if you'd like to. And then if you want, scooping through, coming through to cobra. Extending those legs, pulling the shoulder blades back, finding a nice engaged upper body, gaze is forward, neck is long. Taking a moment to breathe in, and then exhale, let's lower back down to the ground. Good, extending through those legs. Let's do that again. So nice gentle cobra, just activating the upper body. Maybe a little higher here. Pulling the shoulders down. So it's not about cranking the neck. It's about finding length, drawing the elbows in, pulling those shoulders down. Feeling a nice active back body. Exhale. When you're ready, lower back down. For the last one, maybe open up those feet a little bit. So opening up the legs, maybe opening them off of the mat. When you're ready, inhale back up to cobra one more time. Shoulders pull back first, elbows draw in and back, maybe come to your fingertips, become lighter on your hands, doing a little cobra. Now you might be lower to the ground. I'm going to do a little something here today. So if you have a bigger cobra, eventually you can open up your arms, lift your hands up off the ground, and hold your cobra if you have the strength in your back body. Now, eventually, even here, okay? And then you'll work your way up. When you're ready, lower back down. Good. From here, tuck your toes under, lift up through those hands. One more time, let's come to child's pose. So forehead down to the ground, hands extended forward. Walk those fingertips even further away from the body. Lift your elbows off the ground to get a nice stretch through the underarms here. Deep full breath in. Exhale, melt. On your next breath, ground the palms. Come back up to all fours and walk your hands back a little bit. So you're in a nice tabletop position with wide knees still, okay? Left hand forward a couple inches. We're going to bring that right hand back to the right hip as we draw the hips back as well. Inhale, open, big rotation of that upper body, looking up past your right hand. Now, if you can, really rotate that right shoulder back on top of left. Get a nice big opening there in the chest. Let your hand open nice and wide. Keep looking up unless it hurts your neck. You can look forward. One more breath in. As you exhale, look down. Keep your right hand up for a moment. So we're just going to get a big stretch through that chest. Pulse that right hand back a couple times. And then let's go ahead and twist right arm under left, coming down to the right shoulder. Walk your left hand away from the face. Twist here, pressing into the left palm. Take a deep breath. Inhale, soften. Exhale, press into your palm and deepen your twist. If you want to place your left hand up over your head, that's also an option. If you want to bring it back behind you, you can do that as well. Let's take one more full breath here. Make it a nice long one. Fill your belly. Exhale, slowly twist. Complete your exhale. Place your left palm back down underneath your left elbow. Press up into the palm, coming back up to all fours. Bring your knees underneath your hips. Bringing those knees in just a little bit to neutralize the lower back. Tuck the tailbone, tuck the chin, press through the palms. Exhale all the way out. Good. Come back to a nice long spine. Open up the knees again. So nice and wide with your knees like we did before. You should have a nice long spine. Right hand moves forward on the mat a couple inches. Left hand is going to sweep back to the left hip as we come back. Deep full breath, opening up that chest. So as you open, roll the shoulders back, bring your gaze up, open up the palm, and try reaching that left hand back behind you. Big stretch across the whole chest. Nice open hand, open heart. Lifted gaze, one more breath here, deep full inhale. And then as you exhale, go ahead and look down, but keep your left hand up and away. Pulse that left hand back a little bit, get a big stretch across the chest. Take a nice inhale and exhale. Palm facing up. So you want to make sure and get that shoulder, the left shoulder, over to the right. Same thing when we're twisting on the other side. So left shoulder is going to come all the way over to the right side of your mat. Right hand is going to move a little out of the way. And you use that hand as leverage to deepen your twist. If you want to get a little deeper, you can bring, or rather, if you can get a little deeper, right hand up over the head. But if you're already having a challenging time getting that right shoulder to come up over the left shoulder, then let your right hand be leverage to press you deeper into your twist. So eventually you're working on getting that gaze up and over that right shoulder. The head is resting on the earth. Nice full breath into the belly. As you exhale, finish your twist. Press into your right palm gently, coming out of that back to all fours. Hands under the shoulders. Bring your knees underneath your hips. And one more time like we did before, round your back, exhaling completely. We'll come to a nice neutral spine. So bringing yourself back to a tabletop position, a slight tilt up of your tailbone. Tuck the toes under, pull the shoulders back away from your ears. So find that nice long spine. I'm going to switch here so you can see. You don't want your shoulders coming forward. Try to keep them pulling back and then keep that nice broad shoulder space as we come back up into our downward facing dogs. Go ahead and lift your knees, press back firmly into your heels. Let your head drop toward the earth. Shake your head yes and no. Make sure everything is nice, loose, and relaxed. Take one more full breath into your nose. Let your belly inflate. And as you exhale, press your hips and heels back a little more so you can get those heels deeper in toward the earth. Very good. We're going to come toward the front of the mat nice and slow. Walk your feet all the way up to your hands. Try not to walk your hands back. All the way up to the hands. Separate those feet hip width, at least hip width apart. Maybe even a little wider than hip width apart. And then let yourself hang. So as usual, we're going to start here in this nice ragdoll position. Starting slow, allowing yourself to sway gently right and left. I'm a big fan of closing my eyes through my practice, so please feel free to also use this as a listening exercise. I'll try to be as descriptive as possible, but always feel free to get into your own practice here and just use my guidance as kind of suggestions to what your body could do today, but maybe listening to what it and let your body and breath be your own guide. All right, we're shift all of our body weight over to the right leg. Bring some weight into that right leg. Keep your left foot on the ground, but just fold over that right side. If you want to draw yourself in a little more effortfully, you're welcome to. Otherwise, maybe just take a couple breaths, allowing the body to just melt into that right side. Nice full inhale. And as you exhale, sway your body weight over to that left side. Soft knees. Keep the right heel grounded or just resting on the earth gently and folding into the left side. Maybe a little bend in that left knee even. Nice full breath into the belly. And as you exhale back to center. So weight is even between left and right foot. Now find that center point between the weight and the heels and the weight in the toes. So you can kind of feel and then find the center point. Take one more breath here. Let your belly inflate. Let your neck relax. Exhale, let everything melt to the ground. One more time. Shake your head no. Shake your head yes. If you want a little more, you can interlace your fingers behind your head or just gently bring your hands to the back of your head and tuck your chin. Find a little stretch there and go ahead and release your hands to the ground. Good. From here, walk your feet out to the edges of the mat. I'm going to turn to face you guys. Walk your feet out to the edges of the mat or off. All right, find a little wider stance. And then one more time, we're just going to move our hips side to side. Now, if you guys have a yoga block and you want a little more length here, a little more elevation rather, you can always use something to stack your hands on if you feel it in your lower back too much. But all you're doing is swaying your weight side to side, getting into the hips as you breathe. So feel, ooh, I got some cracking going on. Feel your way through this. Pressing your right hip out, moving your shoulders to the left, and then doing the same thing on the other side, working your way through it. We're going to come to center. Okay, now you don't need a block. I'm just showing you how to use it if you want to. Now turn your toes out and your heels in, and we're going to start to drop down into a squat. So coming down into Malasana, toes out, heels in. Now if you can't get those heels down to the ground today, that's okay. We're working on getting them there. Work your way into whatever position you can get into here. We're going to bring hands to heart center. Draw the shoulders down, press those elbows into the knees, and work on lengthening the spine. So just opening up here. Couple breaths, you can close your eyes, practice your Ujjayi breath. If you're not familiar with Ujjayi breathing, I highly recommend taking the pranayama workshops that I offered on this channel. You can check those videos afterwards. Good. Nice full deep breath in, fill your belly, fill your ribs. And then as you exhale, go ahead and place your hands down to the ground. One more time, let's turn the toes forward, the heels out, and come to straight legs or soft knees, and find a passive fold at center. Let your head go. You can shake your head gently, no, or yes. Just make sure everything is nice and relaxed. Good. From here, go ahead and press into the palms, lifting yourself up. Walk your feet out a little wider now. We're going to turn the toes out, heels in. So different from Malasana. Malasana was a squat with the feet closer together. Now we're going to come into a wider legged squat. So toes out, heels in. We're going to bring the forearms to the insides of the knees. So grounding through the heels in this position, pressing the knees out. The chest is going to come parallel to the ground and the hips are pressing back. So kind of like a sumo squat position. I see some really, oh, okay, cool. How is the audio? I saw a comment. Sorry. Just want to make sure my audio is doing good because sometimes these AirPods don't work very well. So if they're cutting out, I'll do my best. All right, you guys. So sumo squat position. See if you can make your body parallel. All right. And maybe if you want to shift a little right and left, this one's getting right into the inner thighs. Nice full deep breaths. And then we're going to wake up those legs a little bit more. Start to lift the chest, bring your hands to your knees, press into the palms. Now keep those feet wide. And if you need to adjust your stance, you guys, I want you to open up those feet a little bit more if you need to. So aligning those knees over the ankles possibly. Bring your hands to your knees. Take a nice deep breath in. And on your exhale, you're going to drop that left shoulder down. Look over your right shoulder. Inhale back to center, keeping a long spine. Exhale, switch. Right shoulder presses down. Look over the left. Again to center. Inhale to center. Exhale as you switch. Left shoulder down. Look over the right. And again, inhale back to center. Last time. Exhale, look over the left shoulder. Press the right knee away from you. Staying strong in the legs, you're going to come back to center. Now we're going to really wake up that lower body. You're going to keep your knees bent. Lift your chest. Roll the shoulders back. Pull the pelvis forward, tucking the tailbone, pulling the navel in. So this is a super strong position, like a double warrior. Open up the arms in goddess pose. Pull the shoulders back, open chest, hips are forward, breath in. Exhale, see if you can sink down a little further. Good, and then go ahead and straighten your legs all the way. Bring your toes forward, rotating them in a little bit. Take a deep breath and exhale. Let it go from here if you want. Slide your hands to your lower back. Inhale, bringing your hips forward, opening the chest, finding a little counter back bend there. Nice stretch in that front body, opening up. And then back to center position. Very good, you guys. We're going to turn toward or come to the front of your mat. I'm in different directions here so that the video is a little bit more visually understandable. But wherever the front of your mat is, okay, go ahead and bring your feet together at the top of your mat, about a foot from the front. Hands down by your sides. Roll your shoulder blades back. Spread the toes on the earth. Feel the arches of your feet lifted. Feel the inner thighs lifting in and up, rolling in toward one another. Crown is reaching toward the heaven, and heels are grounded into the earth. We're going to take a full breath through the nose. Inhale, let your belly inflate. And as you exhale, pull those shoulders down even more. Lift your toes, reach through the fingers. On your next breath, inhale. Let's sweep the arms all the way up. Touch the palms above your head, looking up. And on your exhale, you're going to take it forward. Nice long spine, folding all the way through. Finish your breath out, tucking the chin slightly. On your inhale, go ahead and lift your chest forward. Find a nice flat back, belly in. Exhale again, folding into your legs. Now, some of you might want to grab your ankles, pull yourself in a little deeper. That's nice. Otherwise, hands on the ground. Inhale one more time. Lengthen, come up halfway. Nice long spine here. Shoulders pull back. Palms come down to the ground. However, you can do that. If you need to bend your knees, you can. We're going to walk our way back to a plank position now. Bring the feet back, align the shoulders over the palms, and when you're ready, if you'd like to use your knees here, you can lower the knees down to the ground, shifting the weight forward, coming down for Chaturanga. If not, please feel free to keep the knees lifted. Find your Chaturanga Dandasana. Now feel free to come all the way down to the ground and do Cobra, or if you'd like to this time, come to a full upward facing dog position, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. If you're an upward facing dog, maybe tilting the head up a little, drawing the shoulders down and back. And then when you're ready, exhale, pressing back to a downward facing dog again. finding that nice long Ujjayi breath. Inhale through the nose, belly inflates. Exhale, let it out. Melting in. Lower down to the hands and knees one more time, you guys. I'm going to switch my positioning one more time. Stay where you are. Swivel the right foot back. As you do that, also swivel left foot back, coming to the right side of your mat. So we're going to just swivel over to the right. If you guys need to see that from a different angle, from here, swivel, swivel. All right. On the right side of the mat, left arm is going to reach to the sky. Go ahead and reach the hand up and then over your head. So finding a nice big long line from that left foot to the left hand. You can look past your left hand, getting a nice big stretch through that whole side body from here if you want. Go ahead and roll that left hand back behind you if you want to stretch across the chest. If you want to roll that hand back and forth a couple times, getting a nice big stretch across that whole body. You can inhale, open up, looking up and back. Exhale, bringing the hand over the head. Whatever feels good. Inhale, you can stay in one spot as well. Looking up. Exhale, coming back over the head. Everyone bring that hand back up toward. Looking down, bring that right foot back, bring the left knee back, coming back to all fours. Now we're going to do that on the other side. I'm just going to switch for you guys here. We're going to swivel to the left. So left foot swivels back, right foot follows. Notice my feet actually came off of the mat because I have a bigger arch. Okay, so do what feels comfortable for you. Swiveling to the left, right arm's going to reach up. And then exhale, bring it over the head. So again, you can look past your hand. All right, if it hurts your head, neck, you can look down. And then if you want to move a little bit, I like to open up the hand, reaching it back behind me. Find a little back bend there. Exhale, reaching it over the head. Now, of course, you do not need to do that. You can stay in one position. Inhale, opening up. Exhale, reaching it back over the head. And last one, inhale if you're moving, otherwise stay still. Back over the head. And then everyone inhale, reach that right hand back up to the sky. Look up. Exhale, swivel back to center, finding your way to all fours. From here, round your back like a cat, pressing into the palms, chin to the chest. Feel your abdominals engage, drawing the navel in and up. Back to a nice neutral spine. Back to downward facing dog. Tuck the toes, lift up, draw back with strong legs, navel in, chest back. We're going to move through a vinyasa. When you're ready, nice and slow, come forward to a plank position with strong arms. Inhale as you ride forward. Feel free to lower your knees. I'm going to do so. Bring your chest forward, coming down with your elbows in. Keep those shoulders back as you move through a cobra. Untuck your toes. Pull the shoulders back. Keep your elbows in. Make it about opening that front body. So engaging that back body to find a nice big opening in that front. And then exhale back, coming up to your knees, pressing back to your downward facing dog position. Good. Let's lower back to the hands and knees one more time. Coming back to a tabletop position, so make sure you're in a nice, even tabletop. Hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips. Adjust if you need to. Go ahead and kick that right foot straight back behind you, pressing through the heel. I'm going to switch, so this is easier for you to see. Right heel is pressing straight back. All right, so finding one strong line from the hip through the heel, shoulders pulling back, gazing slightly out in front of you. Just breathing. Sometimes just doing a simple action can be challenging enough if you're fully engaged and present with it. Left arm forward, fingers spread, pressing down through your right hand and reaching through the left. Good. From here, let's go ahead and lower the left hand, and we're going to bring the right knee toward that right elbow or tricep if you can get it there. So just holding it there. Good. Right leg back, inhale. Kick that right foot back behind you. Now make sure those right toes are pointing toward the ground, yeah? Keep kicking. Left arm comes back forward one more time. Nice breath in. On your exhale, left arm comes out to the left this time, keeping the right leg straight. Bring that right leg out to the right. Whew. Breathe. Keep breathing. Good. Right leg back, left arm forward. Reach. Bend your back knee. Catch the foot behind you if you can. Go ahead and kick into the hand. Lift up. Looking out in front of you, rolling that shoulder back, getting a little more lift. And then go ahead and soften, release. Left arm forward, right leg back, kick. Deep breath. Exhale, left hand down, right knee down. Whew, let it out. Round your back, breath out. Come back to a nice long spine. Taking your time, we'll do the other side, shoulders back. So we're going to start by engaging left leg straight back behind you, kicking through the heel. Starting to get lighter in the right hand. When you're ready, right arm reaches forward, fingers spread, shoulders are drawing down and back, navel is drawing slightly in. You can tuck your back toes, your right toes under, or keep them untucked, up to you. Holding one more breath in. Exhale, right hand down to the ground, left knee to left tricep if you can. Go ahead and touch it. Left knee to left tricep. Inhale, extend that left leg straight back one more time. Right arm back forward. And right arm out to the right, left leg out to the left. If you can, keep the legs straight. Try not to round the back. Woo, keep breathing. Lift that left leg higher. And reach back, right arm forward, left leg back. Bend your knee, catch the foot if you can behind you. And then go ahead and kick. Look forward. Open up the chest. Get a big stretch there. Nice breath in. And release. Right arm forward, left foot back. Reach forward and back. Right hand down, left knee down. Let it out, exhale. All the way out. Good. Back to a nice neutral spine. We're going to tuck the toes under and find a downward facing dog again, you guys. When you're ready, lift up, press back. Let it be a relief. Ujjayi pranayam. Longer, deeper, fuller breaths, especially long exhales. Getting all that stagnant energy out of the body. Let's walk the feet up to the hands. Taking it nice and slow today. Separate the feet hip width apart. One more time. Clasp your opposite elbows. Let yourself just hang. Doing a slow flow today. So kind of a gentle vinyasa. Of course, I'm offering some challenges in here as well. We'll take it easy a little today. Sunday. Today was supposed to be self-care Sunday. Come to center, everybody. When you're ready, go ahead and place your palms together. Bring your hands to your chest. Tuck your chin. Bend your knees a little. Pull your belly in and up, and we're going to roll to standing nice and slow. Take your time. Inhale slowly up to a standing position. At the top, breath in, exhale. Open up the hands, open up the heart. Find a moment to pause. Now, if you want more, hands to the lower back, fingertips facing up if that's okay on you. And we're going to bring the hips rather forward, elbows in, and maybe a little back bend. So for you, it might just be pressing the hips slightly forward, pulling the elbows back with a tucked chin. Now, the deeper your back bend, obviously, the more forward your hips and the deeper your head goes back. You don't need to go that deep though. Whatever feels good for you here, find your place. Unfurl the spine at the top. One more time, breath in, exhale, open up the hands. Good, I'm going to change my positioning so I'm facing you guys one more time. Feet are under the hips or maybe slightly wider. Shoulders are back. On your inhale, open up the hands, open up the heart, lift the hands to the sky with the palms facing up and the shoulders down. So hands reach up, being mindful of your lower back here. So if you went into a back sway, if you feel like you went into an arch here, see if you can slightly tuck the tailbone. Feel your navel drawing in, feel your ribs tucking as you reach the hands up. A lot of times when we have tight lats and underarms, you'll feel that arching of the back happen, shoulders down. Okay? And then exhale, press the hands down. So we're going to move with our breath. We'll do this a couple times. Inhale, arms up. Make it more about the breath than the movement. Let the movement be an accessory to the breath. Exhale, press the air down. Good. Inhale again, arms sweep up, palms facing up, shoulders down like you're lifting some dinner plates up toward the sky. Exhale, maybe like you're propelling yourself through water. A couple more times. Again, inhale, arms sweep out and up with the breath. Exhale. Again, imagine you're actually propelling yourself through water. So with that same kind of energy of pressing yourself up toward the sky, but staying grounded through the feet. And inhale one more time, arms up. This time, go ahead and clasp. Let's clasp the opposite. My AirPods just went out, so sometimes when they go out, I know the audio gets a little funky. So I'll try to Speak clear here. Clasp your opposite elbows here, you guys. Staying grounded through the feet. Soften your knees if you need to. Keeping the tailbone tucked, just lifting up through the elbows and also pulling the shoulders down. So you might notice your shoulders, or your elbows rather, are forward a little bit because you're tight here in the shoulders. It's very, very common. So what you're trying to do is open up those shoulders, bringing them up, biceps in line with the ears as you pull the shoulders down. So you're going to notice your ribs might want to splay out here. Also see if you can tuck those ribs in, pull the lats down into the body, draw your navel in, keep a nice strong stance, a slight tuck of the tailbone, grounded through the feet, and we'll take a couple breaths here. It's not easy just holding these postural stances. Belly inflates, ribs expand, exhale. Holding the position. One more time, inhale, drawing the elbows back a little bit more. And then exhale, go ahead and release your hands. Now, as you release the hands, again, actively drawing the shoulders down and back. Clasp your hands behind your back. If you can't clasp your hands, holding on to a strap or a towel here, anything that could help you to actually grab behind your back is helpful, okay? So I'm just showing you can always use a strap. Pull your shoulders down and back. Lift your chest, pelvis forward. Again, core is nice and engaged on your exhale. We're going to take it forward, soften the knees, let your hands come over the head. Now from here, we're really trying to get those palms to come over the head as you fold in towards your legs, using your abdominal strength here to even get a little deeper into your fold. If you're familiar with Uddiyana Bandha, see if you can find Uddiyana Bandha here in your fold. So pulling navel in and up to help the fold happen, especially on your exhales. Again, nice long breath in, create some space here. Exhale, get a little deeper into your fold. Good, and then go ahead and release your hands down to the ground. Now from here, you can grab your big toes with your peace fingers. If this is already a big stretch for you, you can always grab your ankles, your calves, or whatever you need to with bent knees. Otherwise, grabbing the big toes, pointer and middle finger, wrap around those big toes, rolling some weight slightly forward. On your exhale, elbows wide, shoulders away from your ears, working on lifting the hips and drawing the head down toward the earth. Now you want to make sure that neck is nice and long. So if you feel like you're crunching your shoulders to your ears, see if you can soften the upper body. Soften your knees a little more if you need to. And again, finding Uddiyana Bandha, that navel area, drawing in and up to lift those hips up and draw the head down. Let your breath be your assistant here. Nice full inhale. Don't hold the breath. Exhale. Use it. Empty and stretch. Finish your breath out. Very nice. Go ahead and soften your knees. Release your big toes. Let's bring the hands forward on the mat. Slide your feet back. Find your plank position. Nice, long, strong body. If you want, lower your knees. Exhale, lower down. If you don't want to, then don't use your knees. Do a chaturanga, otherwise down. Cobra or upward facing dog. Elbows back, chest up and forward. Again, yours might be lower. Pelvis stays on the ground. Exhale when you're ready. Lift up and press back. Downward facing dog. Good, now this time we're going to go into a three-legged downward facing dog. Stay where you are. Lift your right leg up into the air. So grounding through your left foot, lift your right leg up, grounding through the palms, pressing back through that left leg. Take a couple breaths to roll the right hip open, bend that knee. Maybe make some movements with that right leg if you want. You can roll the right hip to the sky. You can keep the right leg square to the ground, whatever you want. One more breath wherever you are with that right leg lifted up to the sky. And then let's go ahead and bring right knee to left tricep, twisting to the left, across the body. Right leg up, inhale, full breath. Right knee to right tricep, exhale. Activating a little core here, right leg back and up in the air again, reaching it up. Exhale, let's go ahead and look forward, lunge the right foot all the way between the hands, lower the back knee down to the ground. All right, so make sure that right foot is all the way up underneath your right foot is underneath the right knee rather, and hands are framing out that right foot. All right, take a moment, feeling that back knee is on the earth. Take a moment to drop the hips, draw the shoulders down slightly, gaze slightly rather, out in front of you. Take a breath in, and then as you exhale, press back through that heel. So lift the back knee from the ground. Feel a nice stretch through that front hip. Lower the knee gently. Inhale. Breathe, exhale, press. Again, inhale, lower. And exhale, press. So press through that left heel nice and strong. Left hand comes down under the shoulder, stacking that palm underneath that left shoulder. Right arm reaches to the sky, finding another twist here, pressing firmly through that right foot, drawing the right hip back toward the back of the room. Right arm is up, fingers are open, gazing up past the hand, breathing smoothly. Good, nice full breath. Reach up a little bit higher. And then exhale, lower the right hand down to the ground. Lower the back knee down to the ground. Untuck the back toes and walk your right foot over to the right side of the mat now. Slide your hand to the inside of the foot. Now, if you have to come to your fingertips, cool. If you want to come to some yoga blocks, I have one with me. I do have a couple, but you can always put a couple blocks under your hands to find more elevation here, you guys, more support. All right. Otherwise, allowing those hips to drop forward and down and breathe. Right knee is drawing in for one more breath. One more breath in. And now, let your right knee come away from the body if you'd like. Let your right toes turn out. See if you can lower down to your forearms. And it might not be possible today. That's okay. But let's see if maybe that feels good for you. You can also come down to your yoga blocks if you have one or two of them down on the ground. So again, just an option. If you lower down, maybe let your head drop towards your hands, close your eyes, and breathe. You can move a little right and left. Go ahead and feel your way into those hips. Mine are definitely tight from my one-wheel rides I've been doing every night. Super good. Stay with those breaths. Good. We're going to come back up to the hands. Go ahead and take your time. If you were on your forearms, lift back up to your hands. Now we're going to take this right foot and walk it over to the left side of the mat. So make it come across the mat. Now, if you have a block or even a pillow nearby, I always suggest you can always place that block over to the right and slowly place your hip on top of it like so. Now, actually, I'm going to show you. I would say for most of you, pull your right heel back towards your body first and then roll to your right hip. So coming into pigeon essentially is what we're going to do. So you could roll onto your right hip like so and then get yourself into the pose safely, okay? Me, I have more open hips, so that right shin can start more parallel to the front of the mat. Please do not force your knee to be in that position. This is more about your hip, which is why I would suggest if you have very tight hips to slide something underneath that right hip to get yourself into the pose so that your hip bones are square forward and you're not just leaning into the right hip like this. We don't want to be in this pose like so. You want to be on top of it, dorsiflexing those right toes so it's directed into the hip and not into the knee. And if for whatever reason you do have knee issues, I do have some modifications for this pose. I'm not going to show them to you right this moment. All right, so feel where you're in this. If you want an assist, you can put that block under your hip. If not, don't take it. Go ahead and feel your way into the pose. And when you're ready, come forward, finding your way into your sleeping pigeon. So you can walk your hands out in front of you. Take a couple breaths when you feel the most resistance. So right when you want to hold your breath, I would suggest finding those places. Take a breath into them, right into your belly, signaling to your nervous system it's okay to relax there. And then go ahead and come a little further into it. Maybe close your eyes. We'll be here for a few breaths together. Stay with your Ujjayi breathing. Couple more breaths here. See if you can really, really melt into that hip. So finding your edge, softening into it, and allowing yourself to melt. Good. Finishing the exhale you're on, getting deep. letting go, slowly coming back up to the hands, taking your time, walking your way back up. Let's slide those hands under the shoulders, tuck the back toes under. Take your time lifting that right leg back and up in the air. You can stay on that back knee if you want to. Otherwise, when you're ready, go ahead and lift that right leg up. Open up the hip a little bit, maybe rolling the ankle if that feels good. Doing what feels nice for you there. And then when you're ready, lower that right leg down, finding a downward facing dog, pressing the hips back. Exhaling firmly. Inhale, come forward to plank. We'll do a little vinyasa. You can modify this or not, up to you. Taking your time, moving slowly. Exhale, lower. Inhale through. And exhale back to your downward facing dog. Good. So we're going to lift the left leg up. Same thing on the other side. Open up that hip. Take a couple breaths here. Find some movement of that leg if you want to, rolling it around, keeping the leg straight if you want, bending the knee if you want. When you're ready, square the hips. We're going to bring left knee to right tricep, exhaling, finding a nice core engagement there. Left leg up, inhale. Exhale, left knee to left tricep. Left leg back and up in the air. Nice full breath in. Exhale, left foot between the hands, all the way up. Bring it up. Lower the back knee down to the ground. Frame out that front foot with both hands. You can teepee the fingers. Back knee is on the ground. Shoulders are drawing back. Take a breath in. And on your exhale, press back through that left heel, lifting the back knee from the ground. So nice, strong legs. Fingers are light. Inhale, lower the hips. Or lower the knee, sorry. And exhale, press back through the heel again. Hips stay low. We'll do that one more time. So inhale, it's just a knee tap. And exhale, press. Firmly through that back leg. Right hand stays down under the shoulder. Go ahead and turn that left shoulder to stack it on top of the right. Right arm or left arm reaches up. Open fingers, open hand, open heart. Smooth, connected Ujjayi breaths. Long inhale, reach up further. And then as you exhale, look down. Bring your left hand to the earth. Lower the back knee to the ground. Untuck your back toes. Walk that left foot over to the outside of your left hand. I think I'm off screen here. Let me get back so you guys can see what's going on. Good. Left foot to the outside of your left hand. Now again, you can use those yoga blocks if you need, if you have them, to elevate yourself if you feel like you need some more lift. Otherwise, one more breath here, pulling that left knee in for now. And then exhale, let's go ahead and turn those left toes out a little bit. Allow that left knee to come away from the body now and start to lower down to your forearms if that's okay for you. Again, you can come down to a yoga block or 2 blocks. Maybe your elbows go on top of those. And we're just going to melt into it. Let your head drop toward your hands. Super easy today, taking it easy. Of course, you're welcome to go into deeper options that I'm not offering. Just like I said at the beginning, let your body be your ultimate guide here. I'm just offering suggestions today on this rainy Sunday. Stay with your pranayama practice, always activating that Ujjayi breath to keep the energy flowing. Moving through especially these larger areas of the body, the hips and hamstrings. We're going to come back up and work our way into our pigeon. It should feel good to come right into that from here. So come back up to your hands nice and slow. We're going to walk that left foot across the mat toward the right hand. And adjust yourself accordingly. Again, pulling your heel toward your body a little bit more. Those of you tighter in the hips, if you want to use that yoga block or pillow, slide it over to the left hip and lower yourself down onto it. It's a nice way to kind of get your hips square, all right, and lifted still. So if that feels supportive for you today, you can use it. If not, don't. But make sure you're still squaring your hip bones to face forward and not rolling onto your left hip. As much as you can, keep yourself square over the top. Dorsiflex those left toes. Take a moment to feel, and then when you're ready, go ahead and melt forward. It can be forehead on a yoga block, forehead on your hands, on your forearms. You could lay yourself out flat completely on the earth. I want you to do whatever feels supportive for you today. And then see if you can actually come into a nice meditative space. So close your eyes once you get yourself into whatever position you need to be in here. And come right into your Ujjayi breath. Get really intimate and honest with and present with where your body is at today here. Really connect with the inhale and the exhale. Use this as an opportunity to practice that Ujjayi technique. I don't think I talked about it in this particular class, but creating that ha sound in the back of your throat on the exhale, it's like a slight constriction of the whisper muscle, so you should be able to hear. More breath here. Allow yourself to really melt in on that last exhale, kind of just melt. Give your body to the earth. And slowly rise back up, taking your time. If you want to stay there longer, you're totally free to do so. Otherwise, coming back up, we're going to bring that left leg back and up in the air at your own pace. Go ahead and pick it up, bring it up, roll the left ankle out, do whatever feels good. You can pump the leg, you can roll that hip open. When you're ready, we'll find our way back to downward facing dog. Press through both hips, or both heels rather, hips back, chest back. Come forward to plank. Nice breath in as you come forward. Exhale, we're going to lower down again. Elbows in, chest forward. Come through to a cobra or an upward facing dog. I'm sticking with cobras today. Inhale, nice and open. And then exhale back to your downward facing dog with your breath. Long breath in. Long exhale, press back. Very good. You guys, right leg comes up in the air. How much time we got? Let's do it. Right leg up. Exhale, we're going to step right foot up between the hands. Good. Left heel turns in. Right knee's over the ankle. Let's rise up for warrior one. I'm doing so with my hands on my hips today, moving nice and slow. When you're ready, if you'd like to do that with me, inhale, bring the hands up over the head. If you're already in it, no big deal. Let's take a couple of breaths here. Right knee is tracking forward over the right ankle, not past it. Left knee is straight and strong. Back leg is strong. I'm going to turn so you guys can see that. No bend in that back knee. You want that nice and strong. Right knee is bending over the ankle. Shoulders are down. One more breath here. And then exhale, straighten that front leg. Hands to your hips. Shorten your stance a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead and walk that back foot up a couple inches. Feet about hip width apart. So if you notice, I'm going to face you guys so you can see. You don't want that left foot directly behind the right foot because then it's hard to balance. So step your left foot out a little bit if you notice that's what's happening for you. So the feet are hip width apart. All right, go ahead and place your hands behind your back, interlace your fingers as a first option. Second option, you can clasp your opposite elbows. Or third, bring your hands to a reverse prayer behind your back and work those hands up, maybe the center of your back, if your wrists and shoulders allow for that option, okay? Find one that's comfortable for you. On your inhale, go ahead and draw the shoulders back, lift your chest up, open, look up, and exhale, start to come down halfway. So shoulders stay back, right hip is drawing back, micro bend in that front knee. Find a big stretch here, nice inhale in, and then exhale, let's take it forward. Now, if you found it, whatever option that you maybe found yourself in was too much for you, you can also release that option, finding a different one. If you must lower your hands down to the ground, you can do that as well. But see if you can find your balance here. Keeping your eyes steady, focusing on your breath. One more breath in. Finish your exhale. Go ahead and release your hands down. Now release whatever option you had. Slide your hands down to the ground. Go ahead and start to lift your chest from your thigh. If you have a yoga block handy, again, you can use it in this pose. This is a good one for the block. If not, that's fine. You can go without it. See if you can slide that left hand next to your right foot. Those of you more open can place your left hand to the outside of your right foot. If you have a yoga block, you can also do the same thing on a block. All right, right hand is going to come to the sacrum. We're going to come into our revolved triangle. Right hip draws back, right shoulder draws back. This is why a block is helpful. You're going to feel a big stretch in that right hip, right? Start to turn your gaze to the right and possibly up and over that right shoulder. Go slow and breathe. Do not hold your breath here, especially here. Breathe. Right arm up, open palm. Pull the shoulders back away from your ears. See if you can extend the head out even further away from the shoulders. One more full deep breath in. And slowly exhale. Right hand comes to the ground. Soften the right knee, melt back into your right leg. I know that was a big stretch. Soften and melt. Nice. Full breath in. Long exhale, let it out. Good, let's keep this easy today. Lift your chest, bend the right knee over the ankle. Lunge your left foot further back into a nice long lunge. We're going to bring right foot back to it. Find plank. Take an inhale, exhale, lower down. Come through upward facing dog. Shoulders back, open that front body, or cobra. Sorry, I'm in cobra. And exhale back to downward facing dog. We're going to do the other side quickly. So left leg is going to lift up. Nice full breath. Left foot steps up between the hands. All the way up. Right heel is going to turn in. Remember, back leg is nice and strong. Don't let that back knee bend. Don't let the knee collapse in. Press into your pinky toe. Bend that left knee. Press up into that left foot. As you come up, tuck the tailbone. Pull the shoulders down. When you're ready, inhale, levitate the arms. So we're not going to stay long in warrior one. But let's take one more good breath. Inhale. Exhale. Now release your hands. Straighten that front leg. And go ahead and shorten your stance. So from here, step that right foot up a little bit. The back foot. All right. And from here, hands behind the back is your first option. Interlace the fingers. And again, if you couldn't do that easily, same situation here with the strap. You can always grab a strap behind your back. Second option, clasping the opposite elbows. And third, reverse prayer. Pick one that works for you today. Whichever one feels good. Inhale, shoulders back, open, look up. Exhale, navel in, maybe coming halfway down first. As you micro bend that knee, pull the navel in, find more length, take a breath, and then exhale, fold. Face toward the shin, and breathing. Using that Ujjayi breath, keep pulling left hip back, and see if you can roll the inner thighs toward one another. Staying grounded with your big toes. One more breath in. Exhale, go ahead and release your hands down to the ground, framing out that front foot. Lift your chest up. If you need to micro bend that front knee, you can. Find your yoga block if you want one or need one. Place it to the inside or outside of the left foot, whatever you did on the other side. Left hand to the sacrum. Start to turn. Left shoulder on top of right. Same thing here. We're rolling the inner thighs toward one another. So if you can feel that action of pulling the inner thighs toward one another, as you draw the shoulders back, looking up, and then reach the left hand to the sky. Open palm, soft face. I'm shaking too, don't worry. Smooth breath. This is a very, very challenging pose, especially for a lot of people with tight asses. One more breath in. And exhale, let's melt into it. Lower that left hand, soften your knee, and let your head go. Go ahead and just melt into your hamstring here. Let it be a relief. One more full, long breath. Beautiful. We're going to come out of this with a nice vinyasa. When you're ready, lifting your face, walk your right foot back, or rather lunge it back further. Left foot comes back to it. Find a nice vinyasa. Lower down, elbows in. Come to cobra or upward facing dog. Shoulders back and down. Exhale. Find child's pose. Press up through the hands. Hips back. Forehead down, arms extended forward. Now in child's pose here, if you guys want, you can turn your palms to face up, open up the hands, draw your hips back, bring your forehead down, stay there, or if you want, you can also place your palms together and let your hands go over your head in a prayer position, bending your elbows. We'll breathe here. Wherever here is for you, a couple more breaths. Make this last breath really good. Complete exhale. Go ahead and bring your palms back down to the ground. If your hands were lifted up over your head, open up the hands shoulder width apart. Come back up to your hands and knees, and we're just going to work our legs through. Go ahead and bring those legs all the way through so that you're seated in a nice seated position. Let's do cross-legged position. Finding Sukhasana or half lotus or even full lotus if you're feeling fancy and can get into that, but please don't force it because it's not about, just because we can do something doesn't mean we have to. Just follow the energy of what feels good for you in this moment as far as your leg position here. Sit up nice and tall, draw those shoulders back. Let's go ahead and do a little twist. So let's start by lifting the right arm up. I'm going to face you guys so that you can see this. Right arm comes up toward the sky, right shoulder drops down and back, and we're just going to work on some rotation here. So I want you to exhale, bring that shoulder back behind you. Actually, I'm going to turn this way. So inhale up and exhale, rotate to the right. Now your left hand is on your left knee, and you're pressing into that left knee to just find a twist to the right with that shoulder. Okay, we'll do that again. Come back to center, inhale, hand comes up, and exhale, it goes back. So you're actually actively those right shoulder blade muscles there to twist. Come back to center, hand to the knee. It's more of a postural balancing exercise. Inhale, hand up. Exhale. You can use your left hand to press into the knee, but also pull that right shoulder back. Yes, and then we're going to keep this right hand back. Bring it all the way back behind you. So you're placing it right up toward the sacrum here. Left hand is now going to go to the right knee. Inhale, press up, lift up, lengthen. On your exhale, twist. Gaze over that right shoulder. Big stretch to the left side of the neck as well. Nice full breath in. Exhale, twist. And one more breath. Long inhale in. And exhale, twist. Look over that right shoulder. Beautiful. Go ahead and soften, but stay in your twist. Look over the left shoulder. Nice stretch through that right side of the neck. Let it go. And then soften. Back to center. Come to your neutral seated position. Now, if you're in a half lotus, or actually even in a cross-legged position, switch which leg is on top. So if you had your left ankle on top, go ahead and switch your seated position. All right, now we're going to do our left hand, and I'm going to turn so that you guys can see this. Left hand is going to go up as you breathe in. Right hand is on that right knee, left arm up. On your exhale, you're going to rotate that palm open and bring that left arm back behind you. Hold, shoulder down, come back to center. Inhale, left arm comes up. Exhale, turn the palm back, shoulder back and down. Press into the right hand to help rotate you a little bit. And back to center. Last time. Inhale, left hand up. Exhale, shoulder goes back, palm rolls open. Reach that left hand back behind you and then place it up to the sacrum. All right, right hand over to the left knee. Nice full deep breath in, lengthen, sit up. Exhale, twist. Inhale, soften, sit up, lengthen. Exhale, twist. And last one here, nice breath in. And exhale, twist. Gazing as far over that left shoulder as you can, getting a big stretch on the right side of the neck. And then stay in your twist to look over the right shoulder. Good, come back to center. Very nice. From here, we're going to lean back, uncross your legs, draw those legs into the body. I'm going to just switch my positioning here. Bring those legs into the body, hug yourself into a little ball. Balancing the feet up off of the earth. Find your breath, find your balance, find your transverse abdominals. Those are the core muscles working to hold yourself in this position. And then we're going to bring ourselves into Navasana first by wrapping the arms around the back of the legs here. And then go ahead and work on extending those legs up as high as you can. They do not need to be fully extended like mine. Wherever they are is perfectly fine. Go ahead and release your hands and find your variation of Navasana here. Nice deep full breaths. Use those Ujjayi breaths. One more breath in. And then exhale, go ahead and bend your knees. Let's go ahead and do one last vinyasa. Coming through, legs go back, find your plank position. Take a breath in, and on your exhale, lower. Cobra or upward facing dog. I'm going to go ahead and do the upward facing dog this time around. And when you're ready, back to downward face. Come back through to a seated position. All right, you guys, what time is it? Okay, we're going to have to wrap this up here soon. Hands forward. We're going to come onto our backs nice and slow when you're ready. I like to always control the descent. So instead of just rolling down and losing all that core work, let's go ahead, take our time to come down. Those of you with yoga blocks, something helpful sometimes is to put a yoga block between your knees. Actually squeeze that block together a little bit. Hands forward, nice breath in, and as you exhale, we're going to start to roll down, tucking the tailbone. So I want you to use every single abdominal on the way down, feeling every single abdominal work, and breathe. So right when you find those places you want to roll past, stop, take a breath, exhale, smile your way through it, smile your way through that struggle, through the shakiness, stop and pause, inhale. Good. Nice and slow all the way down onto your back. Once you're there, go ahead and extend those arms over your head. Extend your legs down. Lengthen the entire body on the earth. Nice big stretch. Make it feel good. You can relax for a couple of breaths here if you want to. Just take a moment to feel that nice flat earth underneath. Solid foundation to rest. Feel the muscles and the bones kind of just melting. Take one full deep breath here right into your belly. And then exhale, melt. Let's go ahead and start to bend the knees, flattening the lower back onto the earth. Once you have that, engaging the core, bring the knees into the body, wrap your arms around your legs, squeeze them in, and roll a little right and left. So a gentle roll left and right. Come to center. Let's go ahead and hug the right knee into the body. Flex the feet, actually flex both your feet. So in case you're confused, this is a point and this is a flex. All right, so flex those feet. Go ahead and hug just the right knee in and extend your left leg up toward the sky. Foot flexed, both feet flexed. Right knee in, left leg up toward the sky, and then slowly float using that psoas or the hip flexor muscle to control the descent of that leg coming down toward the ground, keeping the feet flexed the entire time and pulling that right knee in toward the body at the same time. So a nice big dynamic stretch of the hips again. One more breath. Very good. Now, a couple options. Those of you who have a yoga strap handy, I would recommend using one. Where did mine go? It's right here. If you don't have one, that's okay too. You can grab the back of your thigh, the back of your calf. If you're more open in the hamstring, then you can also grab the big toe with your peace fingers and extend that leg. But very important here, I don't want you to lift your right shoulder. So you can to grab the foot, but then come back down. So if you can, I want you to see if you can keep the connection with your right shoulder down to the ground and away from your ear, also your right hip. So straps are useful to be able to wrap the ball of your right foot there And extend that leg without lifting the shoulder. Okay, so I want you to do that. Go ahead and extend that leg, get an extra stretch in that right hamstring. Exhale. Whatever you're doing there. And then we're going to rotate right leg over to the left. If you have a strap, you can grab it with your left hand. Right hand can come out to the right. You can come into a twist. If you don't, you can also just hold on to the foot, the ankle, the calf, whatever you want there, and start to twist that right leg across the body. Now, you can also bend your right knee, guys. That's an optional. So you don't have to keep the leg straight and come into a spinal twist this way. So right arm is going to come out to the right, palm facing down. Nice big spinal twist here. Turn to the right with your gaze. So turn your gaze to the right and breathe. Whether your leg is straight or bent. Full deep breath into your belly. Long exhale. We're going to do one more breath here. Finish your exhale. If your leg is straight, go ahead and bend the knee. Roll onto your back one more time, pulling the right knee into the body first, and then followed by your left knee. Draw both knees in, long spine, squeeze those knees. Exhaling. And we're going to switch. Both feet are flexed here. Right leg is going to come up as you hug the left knee in. All right, and we're slowly controlling the descent of that leg with that hip flexor muscle. Nice and slow. Pulling left knee in, exhale. And then again, we're going to extend. We're working on straightening that left leg up. So if you have a tight hamstring here, all right, then use the strap. So you can always wrap a strap. And look, if your hamstrings aren't that open, it's nice to be able to have maybe your leg down here even, and keeping that left shoulder down on the ground. You're still going to get a big stretch. So I really want you to be able to draw that left shoulder down and keep it down. Finding a little Uddiyana Bandha here, navel drawing in and up. Wherever you are, even just grabbing the back of your leg here is good. Just keep your foot flexed and then slowly start to bring that leg across the body. Now switch your hands. Right hand grabs left leg. Left arm comes out to the left and start to bring that leg across the body. So even if your leg is down here and you're still getting a big stretch, if you want, however, feel free to bend your knee. Do the same thing. So the knee can bend. Left knee is coming down to the right, but turn your head to the left, gazing past your left palm, which is facing down on the earth. Couple breaths. Long inhale, create some space. Exhale, deepen. Go ahead and finish your breath. And if your leg is straight, go ahead and bend your knee. Let's come on to the back one more time, pulling the left knee in first. Right knee is going to follow. Both knees pull back in, squeeze. Roll a little side to side. Come to center, pause, open up those knees. So from here, let your knees go wide, grabbing just below your kneecaps there. Open up your inner thighs, finding a little reclining frog position. You can roll your ankles here, getting a nice big groin stretch. And then go ahead and bring those legs together. Extend your legs up toward the sky, flex your feet. Nice L position. So notice your legs are straight up from your hips. Your back is flat. Pull the shoulders down. The neck is long. Relax your arms or place your hands over your belly and just breathe. Feet are flexed. Toes are drawing down toward your body. Hold this position. Nice full belly breath. Exhale, empty. Good. Go ahead and bend your knees back into the body. If you want to do one more squeeze, go ahead. Then bring the feet down. We'll set up for our bridge. Feet hip width apart. Go ahead and start to wiggle left and right. Get your elbows close to your body as possible. Fingers reaching down toward your heels. Feet are parallel. When you're ready, press into the feet. Lift your hips up. Inner thighs are rolling toward one another. From here, you can clasp your hands underneath your back, interlacing the fingers, drawing the elbows closer together, drawing the knuckles further down toward your heels. And let's breathe together. So nice long inhale, belly inflates like a balloon. Exhale, empty, belly comes to the spine. Inhale, belly inflates to the sky. Exhale, belly to the spine. Strong breaths. Inhale, belly inflates like a balloon. Exhale, empty. Stay lifted, strong legs. Inhale, belly inflates. Exhale, belly deflates. Last one. Nice long breath in, belly inflates. And open up those hands, release. Exhale slowly. Take your time, coming back down toward the ground. Nice and slow. Let your back come down. Open up the arms, scoop those shoulders out. From here, take a moment, close your eyes. I want you to feel your body. Feel the resonance of that practice, of that pose, rather, with that breath. Super powerful. And then go ahead and bring your feet together today. Let your knees just drop out to the side for Supta Baddha Konasana, allowing yourself to open up into that nice yin position. Full surrender, full openness. Palms facing open, draw the shoulders down, knees are dropping down toward the earth. Deep breath in. Pause when you're completely full. Exhale very slowly. Melt the body into the earth. And again, long breath through the nose. Fill your belly, your ribs, and your chest. Pause when you're completely full. And exhale, let it out nice and slow. Maybe one more breath like that. Super slow release. From here, you can go ahead and extend those legs down. Start to straighten the legs out. Open up the arms if you haven't already. Press into the back of your head. Scoop the shoulder blades underneath you. Palms are facing up. Now flex your feet. Turn your toes in a little bit. So feeling a nice counter stretch of the outsides of your hips. Turning those toes in. Holding. And then exhale. Let them flap out naturally. You can wiggle your hips around a little bit. You can move your head very, very slowly, turning it to one side. And then maybe rolling it to the other. And then coming back to center, finding a nice neutral place for your head. Nice neutral position for your neck. Pressing into the back of your head. Holding for a breath or two. And then exhale, releasing that. As you exhale, exhale out of the mouth. Open up the teeth. Maybe do that a couple times. And then when you're ready to surrender even the breath, let go of controlling your breathing. Let your teeth stay parted. Close your eyes. Let your tongue relax in your mouth. Soften the jaw muscles. Soften the space between your eyebrows. Soften your forehead. Soften your throat. Soften the muscles along your chest, across your shoulders. Soften your biceps, your forearms, your wrists, and the palms of your hands. Allow your shoulders to melt back into the earth a little bit more. Allow your middle and upper back to melt. Soften the muscles of your lower back, your glutes, your hips, your pelvis. Allow your thighs to relax. the back of your knees, your calves, your ankles, the soles of your feet, and all of your toes. Let your body become completely still, but still pulsing with energy. And see if you can feel that gentle pulse. Your energetic field. Remaining in stillness and possibly quietude. And start by bringing your awareness with your eyes closed to the space between your eyebrows. Notice the effects of doing so. Allowing your next breath to be a little deeper, if it didn't already happen automatically. Pausing when you're at the top of the inhale, and a very, very, very slow exhale. Maybe a pause at the bottom of the exhale. And then again, a very long, slow inhale. Pause. And a long, slow exhale. Begin to make small movements of the fingers and toes, very subtly. Feeling the reverberation from that small movement transferring through the rest of the body. So becoming acutely aware of the subtle movements. They're always happening, we're just not always aware of it. When you're ready, you can start to make bigger movements of the limbs. Deepening the breath further, however you'd like. Go ahead and stretch, drawing the body back into a little ball, taking your time. Rolling a little if that feels good for you. If you want to do an extra twist, you're welcome to. Take your time coming back into movement. We spend so much time coming to stillness. I really feel that we should spend much more time in stillness, and that would be my suggestion and encouragement to you all. Roll to your whatever side calls to you today. I'm rolling to my right side. Taking a moment on the right side. Let's pause, maybe with the eyes closed if you want to make a pillow with your arm, and rest your hand, one hand on the earth. Take a moment here and just pause with your eyes closed. Take a breath. Feeling the support of Mother Earth underneath you, the support of this solid ground, the support of this body, that houses this crazy, trippy experience that we call life. Take a moment to also feel the safety, feel the support, not just physically, energetically, everything that we've gone through, all knowing that we've all this truth. Even when it feels like we haven't been, there's always that supportive factor. When you're ready, let's go ahead and come up to a seated position. Mm. All right. Take a moment to place your palms together, not because I'm saying so, but because energetically, this is a completion place. This is a place of reverence and honor. So we're coming together within ourselves, within the whole. These representation of two becoming one is what life is. It's always appearing that there is something outside of the self or ourself as the I, but we're acknowledging that that is always one. So everything that we look upon, everything that we see in this life, seemingly separate, but we acknowledge in yoga that union is always happening. And this practice is so that we can always come back to that truth and remember that truth is always happening. So, although appearing separately and different, the truth of oneness always remains. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. So all arises from that one place, that one perfection, regardless of how it's appearing, the perfect will always remain. I am that, you are that, and all of this is that truth. Om Tat Sat, Tatvamasi. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. May all beings everywhere be happy and free. May our thoughts, words, and actions contribute to the happiness and freedom for all. Thank you guys for joining me today on YouTube Live or wherever you are in your lives and on this planet. I honor you for being here, doing this practice, and trusting my guidance. Thank you so, so much. Namaste. All right, my friends. Happy Sunday. The rainy vibes here in Florida were so perfect. Oh, I feel so good right now. Thank you for joining me again. If this is your first time here, please, I'd love to hear from you. Any feedback, love to meet you. You can send me a message through YouTube or Instagram page at Wandering Hardest or on Facebook at Jessica Ohm. All of my information is on this channel. If you'd like to contribute any donations for today's class, I'm going to share my donation information in the link to this video as well as in the comments in 1 second here. So I'll do that. I have a Venmo. I also have PayPal. I have Cash App as well as, what's it called? My brain is totally blah. Zelle. So if those don't work for you, we'll find a way. If you'd like to contribute, of course, I'd appreciate it. It's not required, but I'd appreciate it. So I have other videos on this channel as well, you guys. If there's questions about anything I shared or spoke in this class, please feel free to ask. But a lot of the stuff I cover in other classes in more detail, and I would suggest taking those. Foundational vinyasa classes and the pranayama classes I would suggest to everybody of all levels, of all ages. So you could please feel free to share those with your human and animal friends alike, with your human family, all right, and non-human. All right, so you guys, I'm going to share my my information here if you guys want to, and if not, all good. Where are we? I have Art Science Wonder that tuned in and said hello today. What's up? If any of the rest of you want to say hi. I'd like to say hello, see who I'm hanging out with. All right, so Venmo is Jessica Ohm. I just sent that over, you guys. It's in the chat. And my PayPal, I will put, yeah. And then I'm also going to put it in the link to the video. Oops, that didn't work, did it? Ah. All right, if you guys have found me rather on here and don't have me on the socials, I'd like to connect with you guys on the socials too, so feel free to add me on those things. All right. I feel like my brain is operating just a little slower after that practice, which is great. So the fun part is we don't have to get into any cars and operate any heavy machinery today, huh? I think that was it. Let's check it out again. Let me go back. All right. Beautiful. My friends, I love you wherever you are. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your evening tonight. And yeah, that's it. See you next week. Happy Memorial Day. Next tomorrow.